Hi, Kathy here from kathyskutekreations. Today, by request. You know that we're working on free motion quilting. I'm trying to teach you a little bit. I mean, it's not going to be everything, but it's just going to be enough to get you by so you can quilt your own quilts. So when we started the bag, somebody said, can you go smaller? She wants to do a mug rug. So what I've done, now this will not be a mug rug, but this can become a mug rug. Let me show you the fabric first. Here's the fabric. I've already sandwiched it, so it has the batting, and I have a piece of cotton, white cotton behind it. And now we're going to free motion this because it actually has pictures on it so we can go around it. That's the kind of free motion we're going to do. And then we'll just do a little swirls or something here in the inside of it. But let me go ahead and show you this. And between the videos that I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this into one of those bags like I had on my swap. All right, so you can either go ahead and practice on this, make yourself a mug rug, cut out another piece, and you can make a bag when we go to make the bag, because this is going to be the first part of it. I'm not going to redo this, okay? So let's go over to the sewing machine, get our machine set up, and we'll get to freehand motioning on. Now, this is my practice piece. Here's my one I'm going to work on. Remember, you need to practice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the thread that is for my regular piece, because I want to see what it looks like. If the bobbin and the top thread is not working together on your machine, you need to change one or the other. This is the only batting that I have. This is what I'm using on my roll of batting. This is all the same size. It's all the same kind. This is not polyester. This is not 80-20. This is 100% cotton underneath here. So that makes a big deal about you doing your practice sheet, because you wouldn't want to do your practice on an 80-20 and turn around and go and use a 100, because if your thread worked on this one, it might not work on the 100. And I'm talking about the batting now. And that's why you want to do the practice and use the thread that you're going to use on your original, because if you're going to have a problem, now's when you want to fix it. You don't want to go and mess up your good project, especially if you've gone and bought specific material for it. You're going to want to put your feed dogs down, and you know that is what this is right here, so that they do not grip your fabric, because you're moving your fabric. Your sewing machine's not moving it for you. Your feed dogs aren't. And I'm just going to start right here in the middle. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to put your needle down. You're going to bring your needle back up, and you're going to hold on to your thread right here. Like that. You're going to take your thread and you're going to pull it, and it's going to bring your bobbin thread up. Now you're going to grab it with your tweezers or whatever you've got to grab it with. And here it is right here. You're going to take the two together, put it off to the side. You're going to put your needle right back next to that exact spot, because you're going to go ahead and lock your fabric in. And all that's going to be is an up and down motion. This is straight stitch. This is not zigzag or anything. And if you have an older machine and you can take your length down to 0, that's really good for you, for starters, if you can do it. Now, my machine will only go down to a 0.2, but it doesn't make any difference. It's not going anywhere because I've dropped my feed dog. You want to put your foot down, and mine has a light that indicates it. And then I'm going to go into place because I'm locking in my stitch. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my fabric. Let's see if it can be moved. Here we go. And just a little bit. I'm going straight down the right-hand side of that tree. Now, I'm not going to shift my fabric because I can see the tree where it goes to the left. So I'm just going to go to the left. I'm just pulling my fabric to the right. Then I'm going to come down. And I can tell you that the faster you go, and I know this is intimidating to start out with, but the faster you go with your needle, actually the more control you have over it. I mean, it doesn't seem like it when you start, but yes, it is totally. Show it here to you in a minute. It doesn't need to be perfect now. I should have clipped my things here, but that's all right. I'm going to go up a little bit. And then we have a star here. Which I could barely see in my fabric, but that's okay. Alrighty, and then you go in place, just locking it in. you cut it. And then normally I would have clipped my threads here at the very beginning, which I totally forgot. Sorry about that, guys. And let me give you an idea what this looks like. See if you can see that. See, it's not perfect, but that's what you're aiming for if you want to go around something. Now, let's say we just want to do some little wiggle worms and we don't really want to do anything. So we're going to go around this tree. Start the same exact way. Put your needle down. Now, make sure that your needle has no burrs on it. You know how to do that? You take your needle. I thought I had one here. Well, let's see. Let me get a needle real quick and I'm going to show you. This is what you're going to want to do. All right, you take your needle here. And you know, lots of times you're not going to be able to see whether you got a burr or not. I mean, if you can see it, then you need to get rid of it, okay? Let's say you don't see it, okay? Take your hand, your finger and your thumb, go down it like the needle is pointed towards me. Turn it so you can't see the needle and do it again. And if you don't feel anything at all, and you can even take it and twirl it in your hand and you feel nothing, that's a good needle. If you twirl it like this and you feel nothing on the end of that, that's perfect. But if you feel any kind of teeny weeny anything, please don't use it. You need to get rid of it. Needles are not that expensive. They go on sale all the time. That's how I buy mine. As soon as I see a sale, I'll buy them. There's been times where there have been 5 packages for like $3.98 or something. I have slew and slew of pins and needles and everything because when they go on sale, I buy them. All right, so we're going to start this just as if we did it before. We're going to put our needle down in the fabric. We're going to pull the needle up. Let me put my foot down here. We're going to grab our thread. I'm going to put it down together here. Get it underneath the foot. And then we're going to put the needle down and we're going to go up and down the space just to lock it in. All right, now we're going to, now all I'm going to do is, let's see. All right, so they have snowflakes on here, but if I want to go around one of them, I wouldn't want to freehand it. How about let's just do some circles here, like snow. We'll go snow here, and we'll go here. And they can touch each other, doesn't make any difference. All you're doing is doing movement. Nothing planned. And they're not even the same size. Alright, let me show you that. And then when you're done, you take the last one you made and just go around it a little bit because you're locking it into place. You cut your thread, and I'm going to show it to you here. And it's all practice. Remember now, when you're doing practice, there's nothing, you're not going to make a mistake because it's just practicing. And if you feel like that you're more comfortable marking, you can mark your fabric. But I find that if you mark your fabric, if I have to mark my fabric, I cannot stay on the line. So let me show you this here. And I did it based on the size of this. Let me back it up a little bit here. Based on the size of this project. But see, they're not all correct. They're different sizes. I mean, it could even be lights if I meant more of an oval. But that's what you're going to do. Now, I can tell, based on this, that it's all good, but I need to adjust my back because I can see blue on the back. So I don't want to see any blue. So then I'm going to take my tension, and the tension number is going upward. So I'm going from a 4/8 to a 6. I'm going to do this tree right here and see if it helped. I'm going to just do a little bit of it and check it out. Put my foot down, it'll hold my fabric for me. Pull up my needle. And this will become habit for you to do this. To put your foot down, your needle down, grab your thread. All of that will become a habit as soon as you're doing that. And you can use your flywheel if you have to, the hand wheel. All right, let's go up and down a little bit. Oh, let me get you a little closer. I'm sorry about that. Almost forgot. All right, let's go in place. And then just go straight down here to the bottom of this tree. And do I have enough to look at it? Alrighty, hold on 1 second. I'm going to adjust my tension a little bit more. I went 2 more points, because from a 0.60 to a 0.6.4. I'm going to do this one here. This side. Let's check it out. Alright. Let me go up a little higher. Okay. Let's take a look at it. All right, let me show it to you. And now you can compare the two. Oops. Now see the one on the left? You can't see the blue. You see it in a couple spots where I stopped, but other than that, this needed a little bit more adjustment because you shouldn't see that much. Now, let's see if I can get close enough to show you. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. Okay, and then this is what you're striving for, is this side over here, whether you cannot see that much blue. Okay, now it's in focus. I don't know why it would not focus, but let me go ahead and get this. Now this embroidery thread has a little bit of a shine on it, which I kind of like. And we're going to start right here at the tip top of his scarf. I do not want to make this a really long video, so I'm going to try to, when I do an actual big old project like a quilt or something, it becomes long. Because you can do a whole bunch of these little ones here without making it too long. Hopefully my hand is not in the way. Let me check. All right. And I'm just coming right down the side of his scarf. Now here is your call. You can either go over the arm. This shows the scarf underneath it, or stop right there. You can come down along that if you want, or just stop, and that's it. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop. I'm going to lift up my foot, and I call this traveling. All I'm going to do is move it. I'm going to put it down over here. And let me see if I can go up and down a couple times. And I'm going to go to the end of it now. Go on around. And back up. And then stop right here. And then lift my foot. I'm going to travel to here. I'm going to go down this scarf here and lock it into place. And then the more you get used to it, the faster you will become. Let's take a look what I got here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is he's got a little bit bumps here. So first let me go ahead and cut this off so it's not in my way. And if you don't want something as small as this, go with something bigger, like a big old pot or a flower or something on your fabric. Now I've come up here and now I can make some little wiggle worms here, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back And you can go over what you've done too. I think I need to go a little faster though. Let's see here. I should have started with something bigger too. But like I said, I want to use this for the bag, so. And my blue is so light, I probably should have went with a darker color, but that's all right. Okay. Let's see here. Now let me go ahead and cut that. Let me show you what I got so far. See? And if you only want to do the outline of the snowman, you can do that. You can do that all in black, or you can do it in white. In my case, I'm just going to continue in the same color. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start here at the bottom. Now when it comes for this lace thing here, if you want, you can take embroidery thread and you can actually go ahead before this is completed. It's just like this. Actually do some embroidery thread. Put a little like a stitch from one end to the other so that when you get done you can cut all the bottom off and you'll have a little fray. Or if you want, you could use Snail, but it's up to you, whatever you want to use. Or you can use yarn too. All right, let's bring it up. These are, whoops, all good ideas. It's just your imagination, whatever you want to do with it. Let's go around his little foot here. And his shoes. And of course now the shoes will be clipped off because you'll have something around here at the bottom of this, but that's okay. You can still practice and do the shoe. I'll go ahead and do his button here. Keep forgetting these strings here. Now cut it apart. We'll take a look at it. Here you go. See how pretty that looks? Here's the back side. You just need to clip your little extras off the back or leave them on. It doesn't make any difference. It's up to you if you're going to put another back on here or not. And there you go. That got you started. Just go ahead, and that's the way you're going to do it. Just take your time. Get your little fabric with whatever design you want on it, and then just go from there. Now, all I'm going to do is some meandering around here. So you start it just like before. Go ahead and go into place. Pull your needle up and the whole thing. And then all you do, let's see here. Hopefully my hand's not in the way. Okay. And we're just going to move around the fabric. Just moving around. Nothing specific. stops right here. In his hat, as a matter of fact. And then you want to go around everywhere we jumped a stitch when we were doing this first one, like across the arm here. Just clip it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And if you want to do nothing but meandering all over the whole thing, that would really, really look good too. Let me get you a close up there. See how I end it into the hat? And that was it. Here I overlapped it a little bit, but you can even overlap it. You can make O's and all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, I'm going to cut this down, so it's going to end up being cut down here. And then it'll have a 1/4 inch around it when I make it. Let me show you here. I did a little bit here on this guy. And a little here on this guy. Alright, that's it. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't yet and you want to see more videos of mine. Click on that little bell. It'll give you notices. And that's it for today. And I will go ahead and do the other side. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to do the same thing. I want to do 2 different things going on. I might just meander all over it, or maybe I'll do a ruler or something on it. So till next time, bye-bye.